Greenland, a land of stark contrasts and breathtaking beauty. The name evokes images of vast icy plains and towering glaciers. It is a place where the sheer scale of nature's power is on full display. It is a land of stark beauty, where the northern lights dance across the night sky, painting the heavens with vibrant hues of green and purple. This largest island in the world, covered in a thick ice sheet, is facing unprecedented changes. The ice, which has been a defining feature for millennia, is now retreating at an alarming rate. Despite its name, Greenland is largely covered in ice. The ice sheet, which covers about 80% of the island, holds a staggering amount of the world's fresh water. The island is home to a small population, mostly Inuit people. These resilient communities have adapted to the harsh conditions, developing unique ways of life that are deeply connected to the ice and sea. They have lived in harmony with the harsh environment for centuries, their traditions and knowledge passed down through generations. Greenland is now at the center of global attention. As the ice melts, the geopolitical landscape is shifting, drawing interest from nations around the world. Climate change is rapidly melting the ice sheet. This phenomenon is not just a local issue but a global one, with far-reaching implications for sea levels and weather patterns. This is revealing valuable resources and opening up new shipping routes. The melting ice is exposing rich deposits of minerals and creating new pathways for maritime trade. The world is watching as Greenland navigates its future. The decisions made here will have a profound impact on the global stage. This land of ice and stone holds the key to understanding our planet's changing climate. Scientists from around the world are studying Greenland's ice to unlock the secrets of our past and predict future changes. It also plays a crucial role in global power dynamics. As nations vie for influence in the Arctic, Greenland's strategic importance continues to grow. Beneath Greenland's icy surface lies a wealth of natural resources. Vast reserves of rare earth minerals, crucial for modern technology, are buried beneath the ground. These minerals are used in everything from smartphones to electric cars. Greenland also holds potential oil and natural gas reserves. These reserves could be massive. The melting ice sheet is making these resources more accessible. This is attracting interest from energy-hungry nations. The abundance of fresh water from melting glaciers is another valuable resource. This fresh water is becoming increasingly scarce in many parts of the world. Greenland's freshwater reserves could become a vital source in the future. The combination of these factors makes Greenland a potential economic powerhouse. The island's resources could transform its economy and global resource markets. Greenland's geographic location is strategically important. Positioned between North America and Europe, Greenland sits atop vital shipping routes. As the Arctic ice melts, these routes are becoming increasingly navigable. This new accessibility has significant implications for global trade and military strategy. Shorter shipping times between major economies are now possible. This makes Greenland an attractive location for ports and infrastructure development. Greenland's proximity to the Arctic Circle also gives it strategic importance. The Arctic is believed to hold vast, untapped resources. Greenland serves as a gateway to this increasingly accessible region. This strategic positioning has turned Greenland into a focal point for major world powers. Countries are eager to secure their interests in the region. This is leading to increased competition and potential for tension. Greenland is on the front lines of climate change. The Arctic region is warming at twice the rate of the rest of the planet. This is having a profound impact on Greenland's environment and its people. The most visible impact is the rapid melting of the Greenland ice sheet. This is causing global sea levels to rise. The melting ice is also impacting wildlife and traditional Inuit hunting grounds. The changing climate is also affecting weather patterns in Greenland. Extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense. This is posing challenges to infrastructure and traditional ways of life. The environmental changes in Greenland are a stark reminder of the global nature of climate change. The melting ice sheet has far-reaching consequences. It impacts coastal communities and ecosystems around the world. The Great Game USA's interest in Greenland. The United States has long recognized Greenland's strategic importance. This vast, icy island, located between the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans, serves as a critical point for monitoring and controlling the North Atlantic. Its geographical position makes it a valuable asset for both military and economic reasons. During the Cold War, the US established a military presence in Greenland. This was part of a broader strategy to counter Soviet influence in the Arctic region. The establishment of bases and radar stations was crucial for early warning systems and missile defense. This presence continues today with Thule Air Base, a key installation for missile defense and space surveillance. Thule Air Base is the northernmost US military installation, and it plays a pivotal role in monitoring potential threats from adversaries. The US also has significant economic interests in Greenland. The island is rich in natural resources, including rare earth minerals, which are essential for modern technologies such as smartphones, electric vehicles, and military equipment. American companies are involved in exploration for mineral resources. These companies are investing in Greenland's mining sector, hoping to tap into its vast mineral wealth. This not only boosts the local economy but also reduces US dependence on other countries for critical materials. The US is also keen on securing access to potential shipping routes through Arctic waters. As climate change leads to the melting of Arctic ice, new maritime routes are opening up, which could significantly shorten shipping times between North America, Europe, and Asia. The Trump administration's offer to buy Greenland in 2019, though unsuccessful, highlighted the renewed American interest in the island. This bold move underscored the strategic and economic value that the US places on Greenland. The US sees Greenland as a key asset in its Arctic strategy. The island's location and resources make it a focal point for American interests in the region. This includes not only military and economic aspects, but also scientific research and environmental monitoring. The US is committed to maintaining its influence in Greenland. This commitment is reflected in various diplomatic and economic initiatives aimed at strengthening ties with the Greenlandic government and people. It is actively engaging with the Greenlandic government on various fronts, including economic development, scientific research, and security cooperation. These efforts are designed to ensure that Greenland remains a stable and cooperative partner in the Arctic region. The Northern bears ambition, Russia's Arctic strategy, and Greenland. Russia views the Arctic as its backyard. It has been aggressively asserting its presence in the region. This includes reopening Soviet-era military bases and conducting large-scale military exercises. Greenland factors into Russia's Arctic strategy. Russia sees Greenland's growing strategic importance. It is closely monitoring developments in the region. Russia's interests include potential access to resources and control over shipping routes. While Russia has not made any overt moves towards Greenland, its growing military activity in the Arctic raises concerns. This is particularly true for NATO members like the US and Denmark, which has sovereignty over Greenland. Russia's actions in the Arctic are part of a broader geopolitical competition. This competition is likely to intensify as the Arctic becomes more accessible and resource-rich. Section 7. The Dragon's Gaze, China's Arctic ambitions and Greenland. China, a self-proclaimed near-Arctic state, has also set its sights on the Arctic. It has outlined its Arctic ambitions in policy documents. China's interests in the region are primarily economic, focusing on access to resources and new shipping routes. China has been actively engaging with Arctic nations, including Greenland. It has invested in mining projects in Greenland and signed agreements on scientific cooperation. China's growing presence in Greenland has raised concerns among Western nations. China's Arctic ambitions are part of its broader Belt and Road Initiative. This initiative aims to expand China's global influence through infrastructure development and economic partnerships. China's growing presence in the Arctic adds another layer of complexity to the geopolitical dynamics in the region. A history carved in ice. Greenland's geopolitical timeline. Greenland's geopolitical significance is not new. This vast, icy island has long been a point of interest for various global powers due to its strategic location and abundant natural resources. The island has a long history of being caught in the crosshairs of global power struggles. From early explorers to modern-day superpowers, Greenland has always been more than just a frozen expanse. For centuries, Greenland was a colony of Denmark. The Danish influence is still evident in the island's culture and governance structures today. It gained home rule in 1979 and further autonomy in 2009. These milestones marked significant steps towards self-determination for the Greenlandic people. During World War II, Greenland played a strategic role. The island's location made it a critical point for monitoring and controlling the North Atlantic. The US established military bases on the island to protect it from Nazi occupation. These bases were crucial for the Allies' success in the North Atlantic. After the war, Greenland's strategic importance grew during the Cold War. The island became a key location for monitoring Soviet activities in the Arctic region. The Cold War saw the US and the Soviet Union vying for influence in the Arctic. Greenland's location made it a focal point in this global power struggle. Greenland, with its strategic location and potential resources, became a focal point of this competition. The island's vast mineral wealth and untapped resources added to its geopolitical significance. The legacy of the Cold War continues to shape the geopolitical landscape in the Arctic today. As climate change opens new shipping routes and access to resources, Greenland's importance on the world stage is only set to grow. A delicate balance future implications for global politics. Greenland's future is uncertain. The island is at a crossroads, balancing its desire for independence with its economic dependence on Denmark. The growing interest from global powers adds another layer of complexity. The competition for resources and influence in the Arctic could lead to increased tensions between nations. This could have implications for global security and stability. The Arctic Council, an intergovernmental forum for Arctic states, will play a crucial role in managing these challenges. Greenland's decisions about its future will have far-reaching consequences. The island's fate is intertwined with the interests of global powers and the future of the Arctic region. A shared responsibility: environmental conservation in a contested land. As Greenland navigates its future, environmental conservation must be a top priority. The impacts of climate change are already being felt across the island. These impacts are only going to intensify in the coming years. The melting ice sheet, rising sea levels, and changes in weather patterns pose significant threats to Greenland's environment and its people. It is crucial that the international community work together to address these challenges. Greenland's future depends on finding a sustainable path forward, one that balances economic development with environmental protection. This will require cooperation between Greenland, Denmark, and the international community. The goal should be to ensure that Greenland's unique environment and cultural heritage are preserved for future generations.